friends, welcome to the Dr. Willow Show, where we are bridging sexuality, spirituality, and medicine together as one so that you can have more vitality and longevity and a greater quality of life. Today, we're going to be talking about a natural aphrodisiac, a natural aphrodisiac that you may not have thought of before as a woman. Okay, this is for the ladies, not the men. This is not going to work for them. But so what I want to talk about is using your period as an aphrodisiac. Now, I know some of you are thinking, oh my God, what is she talking about? When my period is coming, I'm PMSy, I have breast tenderness, low back pain, I've got acne, I feel bloated, like I am not in sexy mode at all. But what I want to let you know is that you inside of your body, you've got these beautiful hormones that are like medicine. They're like an elixir for your soul. And so when you are able to know your hormones really well and curate your life around your hormones, then you can actually use that hormonal filling that's happening inside of your body right before your period happens. You can use that to create this really beautiful sensual moment. It's not going to be that sharp high, like quickie, ready to go, that kind of sexuality that you have during ovulation. It's going to be more of like a foreplay, more of like a let's just enjoy the sensuality part of sexuality. So if you run a more like sensitive or energetic pattern around sexuality, this is going to be a juicy, super juicy time for you. If you run more of just a sexual type of pattern where you just want to, like, you've got that sort of more, this is what a lot of men run, like, let's just fuck, that kind of pattern around sexuality, then this will be such a deep, rich medicine for you to drop into, to really discover what's possible in that more sensual realm of your sexuality. So what happens during your monthly cycle as a woman is, you start your period, that's day one. So all your hormones drop back down to baseline on day one of your cycle. On day two, they start to rise a little bit, and then they start to rise a little bit more on day three, and they go up and up and up. So we're really looking at estrogen here. Estradiol is rising, rising, rising from day one all the way to about day 13, 14. And then you've got this big drop, right? And you get a couple days that you might get like, why am I kind of feeling PMSy, or why do I have the blues in the middle of my period? And that's that estrogen drop. So this estrogen rising all the way up, this is a heightened sexual time. But then you get that drop, and then estrogen starts to come up again. And so as it starts to rise again, also what's following that rise of estrogen is progesterone, and progesterone's getting really big. And testosterone is the one that really makes you feel sexually driven, like really gets your desire and your libido online. And so testosterone follows estrogen. So when it's having the first half of your cycle, those first 2 weeks from day one of your period until you ovulate, the estrogen climbs quickly and the testosterone does too. And then the second 2 halves of your cycle from ovulation until the next day one, you get this slower climb of estrogen and testosterone as well. And then of course, progesterone is really peaking during that time. And so when right before you start your period, like those 2 or really just 1 or 2 days before you start your period, you're full, like your body is full of all these hormones. There's testosterone flowing, there's estrogen, there's progesterone, it's all in there. And so there's this fullness inside of you, which is why a lot of you don't want to be touched. You already have tenderness, like you're too full, you're too full in your life. You haven't taken things off of your plate. So that the more that you can sort of, like I said, curate your life around your hormones, the more your hormones are going to work for you and ignite your libido and your sexuality. So let's say you're in that second half of your phase, you want to start to prepare yourself for those 2 juicy days before your period starts. You want to start to prepare yourself by taking extra things off of your plate. Like, what do you really not need to worry about? What do you really not need to do in your life? What can you, or the things that still have to get done, how can you do them without the level of anxiety and stress and rush that your nervous system holds so tightly onto? How can you let that go and still be present with what needs to happen? Do the things in your life, get the bills paid, the things off the checklist, all that stuff. But then when that couple of days comes right before your period starts, drop into all that fullness inside of you, all of that sensation inside of you, and start to use that sensation for your benefit. Start to use it to play with and cultivate. Now, I think it's really beautiful if you've got a loving partner who can be patient in that space and take the time, because this is a longer sexual cultivation session in this period of time. You want to take more time. You want to bring more sensation in. You want to bring sound. You want to bring touch. You want to bring sense. You want to bring all those sensual things to life during these couple of days before your period. And then, and then what happens is when you cultivate sexual energy in those 1 or 2 days before your period starts, when your period comes, it is going to be so much more pleasurable. All the cramping, the bloating, the tenderness, all of that stuff is going to be a lot less or completely eliminated. So this is a powerful practice to get into and to do every single month before your period. You get to do it every month. You've got the opportunity, right? So pay attention to that as an opportunity to cultivate and to curate drive and desire inside of yourself. I can't tell you how many women come to me with just like, I just don't have desire. I just don't have the desire to even get my libido up, and I understand that. I really do. I have been there. And I know that when it's dormant, when it feels like it's just way deep underground, it's just too much energy to even go in and extract it. But I promise you, when you do, it's worth it. It's going to just completely change the outcome of the rest of that following month. So it's a powerful, wonderful, beautiful practice. For those of you who would be interested in speaking with me one-on-one about this practice or about your hormones or about your sexuality, please do book a complimentary consult with me. And I look forward to connecting with you very, very soon. All my love and all my blessings to you and your relationship with your sexuality.